Cause in the long time
Okay. Is you ready?
What's up, guys? I'm Josue.
I don't know how to start it.
Just be like, hey guys, this is my video for how I was 16 and pregnant.
So, this is our video.
Babe, we can't be here all day.
Okay, relax.
Hey, go.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Who are you?
You're daddy.
Ready. Camera. Lights. Action.
Babe, for real.
Okay, for real. Okay, there. So, this is a story of when I was 16 and pregnant. He's going to put his input of how it was for him. And then, yeah. So, well, I don't really want to explain how we met because I would like to do that in a different video.
Okay.
Don't roll your eyes, though.
I'm not.
Okay. So, when I met him, I was 15. We were talking, blah, blah, blah. We were together for 7 months. 7 months, how I was? 6 months. And then I got pregnant. But the thing is, at the time, how old were you? You were
17? Yeah,
17? Okay. So, yeah, I was barely 15. He was 17. And then I didn't know I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant after, because at the beginning, I didn't notice my symptoms at all. Like, I remember I got in a fight, and and the thing is, when I got in a fight, the girl, she had bit my finger, and then when she had bit my finger, like, the next day, my finger got really swollen, and then it started, like, getting pus and everything, and so my mom freaked out, and so she had taken me to the doctors, and so when I went to the doctors, they gave me medicine, and so that medicine was like a muscle relaxer and then like antibiotics to like make sure I don't get infections and stuff like that. And so like when I was drinking those pills, I didn't notice it, but now that I think about it, now when I go back, now I notice it. But I would sleep a lot, and then when I would go to the store, I would like get cravings a lot, and then my mom, she just asked me, she's like, why are you getting so many cravings? And I was like, oh, I don't know, I'm hungry. But after that, I didn't get my period, and then what's it called? I told my sister I want to take a pregnancy test because I don't know, I feel like I might be pregnant because I haven't gotten my period. And at the time, my period was like how it was supposed to come, like every month on the same day. And then around that time, my period didn't come, and then I was like, I think a week or two late, and so I told my sister, and we went to Dollar Tree and we got a pregnancy at the Dollar Tree, and then there's a Macy's right next door, and so we went there, we got some cups, and we went to the bathroom, and I did the bathroom, and I did my test, and yeah, like it came out positive like that. And so I think that night I called him and I told him, hey, I think I'm pregnant. And he just, I don't know, at the time he was working and he was just shocked, and I don't know, he couldn't believe it. And so when we hung out and I had slept over, my mom didn't know I would go and sleep over at his house, but I remember it was on a weekend. I went over to his house. I told him that I was pregnant, of course, and then he told me that he was going to get some pregnancy tests. No kidding, he came back with like, I think it was 2 boxes, huh?
Yeah.
2 boxes of pregnancy tests, and I think they had 4 in each box. I was so mad because obviously he didn't believe me, and so yeah, I took 2, and it was those digital ones where it goes around and it tells you pregnant, not pregnant. And so yeah, it really quick, it came out pregnant. And then he's like, oh no, he's like, just check, just do the other ones. You don't know, like, what if the other ones are just wrong? And I'm like, how can they be wrong? Like, they're supposed to be legit. And so yeah, we took 7 pregnancy tests, and then they all came out positive. And so I don't know if it was that night, but we went to the clinic. Remember? And then his cousin came with us, and yeah, they gave us a paper and everything saying that yeah, I'm pregnant. And then I was due when was I due? I was due in August, but my son ended up being born early. He was born July 28th of 2012. But it was crazy. And then when we told my mom, the way that she reacted, actually I didn't tell her because I was really scared. He had to tell my mom because at the time we weren't living together, and we were living like in a little apartment, and he was like, his house was like 45 minutes, and what's it called, he was working. And then so when he got off work, I was like, we need to tell my mom and blah blah blah. And so he came over, and then my mom was there, and I was so scared. I remember going inside the room with my oldest sister, and she was just like, you're fucked. Because I was so scared of my mom, and I didn't even want to tell her. I didn't have the balls to tell her. So he ended up telling my mom. He just sat her down. I mean, he was 17, 18. And then, like, imagine a 17-year-old sitting down with a lady that's, like, 30-something and saying, okay, we need to talk. Like, I don't know. And so my mom's like, okay, what do we need to talk about? And so he just, like, paused for a minute, and I was just so scared. I was under the blanket. I was like, oh my god. I was freaking out, and I was just poking my head out to see how she was like looking at him and stuff. And yeah, he just ended up telling her, hey, well, Ceci's pregnant, and well, I want to take full responsibility, and I want to take her in. I want her to live with me. I want to be, responsible, and then take care of her and our kid. And yeah, she was just really mad. And I think I came out. Did I come out after you had told her?
So I think she called you out.
Oh, yeah, I think she called me out. And then she was just, of course, she was disappointed. She was mad and everything. And I was shocked how she reacted, because pretty much, like, right there and then she told me, get your stuff and leave with him because I don't want to see you. And, like, the minute that my mom had told me that, it broke my heart, and I just wanted to cry, because obviously I knew I had did something wrong. Like, I disappointed my mom, and it's something that she didn't want to hear from me, that, oh, my 16-year-old daughter is pregnant. And yeah, so that night I had grabbed all my stuff, and then I had moved to West Valley with him at his parents' house. And then I think that night also we had told his parents and stuff. And then yeah, do you want to say how you told your parents?
Oh yeah, so well, I'm gonna tell them that how it was when I told your mom.
Oh yeah, go.
Well, yeah, it's obviously it was a really crazy experience. I was only like 17 years old, and going to tell another person's mom, like, hey, I got your daughter pregnant. And it's something you don't want to be going through, because, like,
we're so young,
and like, I knew she was gonna react like really bad. So but I was willing to go through it, because I want to take full responsibility of my actions. So, like, yeah, I went and told her, and it was just something you just don't want to go through. You see her crying, she's mad.
Oh yeah, she was crying a lot. She was just so sad.
It's just something like, you just look at her, and you're just like, it seems like I destroyed her dreams or something. So it's pretty crazy to go through that experience, but luckily it's all been good, and it's all worked out. But yeah, when I told my parents that same night,
2 in 1 night.
Yeah, I sat them down, and I told them, hey, I need to tell you something. And then I just told them, be like, I wanted to let you guys know Cecilia's pregnant, and well, they weren't. It's not like they were shocked. They were just like,
Yeah, like they took it better than what my mom did.
They just knew. They're like, well, if she's pregnant, you know what you gotta do. You gotta start working, take full responsibility. Your life is about to change, and make sure you start doing the right decisions in life, because it's not just all about you. It's have a at the time, what we didn't know, so a boy or a girl, and your girlfriend that you have to take responsibility of. And yeah, like I already knew what I was supposed to do, and ever since.
And it's funny though, cause I don't think that same night, but later on, his mom was talking to me, and she told me, she's like, I knew. It's just like those mother instincts that they're like, oh, I already knew you were pregnant. Like, she told me, she's like, oh, I knew, I had a feeling you were pregnant. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, yeah. She's like, because every night I would hear a baby cry. And I was like, why am I hearing a baby cry at night? Like, no one has a baby in the family, because everyone was already big. And so, yeah, she's like, I would hear a baby cry at night, every single night. And then it was every time, like, I'm even getting chills. But, like, it's like every time that I would sleep over, she's like, I would hear a baby cry. And she's like, I have a feeling either, because he has a brother, so she was like, either Manny is having a baby or Josue is having a baby. And, yeah, it was us. And I was just like, that's some brujeria shit. I was like, what the fuck? I don't know. It was just creepy. And, like, also my mom, she told me, she's like, I knew you were pregnant. She's like, I could tell by your eyes when I would look at you. And I was just pretty much waiting. Like, she told me this, like, when we were, like, cool later on. Because we didn't talk for a minute. Well, not that long. It was just, like...
Yeah, probably just a couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks. Because she didn't want to talk to me. She didn't want to see me. She just didn't... She pretty much didn't want to know nothing about me. It was just, like, she took it that bad. And, of course, I mean, I don't blame her. But, yeah, when, like, later on she was talking to me, she told me that she already knew I was pregnant. Because that when she would look at me and she looked at me in my eyes, that, I don't know, I guess she could tell that I was pregnant. But, yeah, and then after we had told his parents, I mean, everything was good. All of our checkups were good. And then I was... How far along was I? I think I was a month and 2 weeks when we ended up finding out if we were having a boy or a girl. Yeah. And so we had a boy, and it's our little boy Orlando. And yeah, everything was good. I kept living with them at the house. I didn't finish high school. I was going to an all pregnant school at the time when I was pregnant, and I did not graduate. And then it was nice because obviously every like girl that was in that class or school or whatever, they were pregnant or they either had their baby already. And they had like a little daycare in there where like your baby hits a certain age, they leave them in the daycare and they're right there in school and stuff. And so I was pregnant. I ended up having my baby, and then I would go to school, and I didn't graduate there. I had to go back to school. I think I went back to school a year later, and I ended up graduating. But yeah, everything has been pretty good so far with our son and how our pregnancy went. Then, yeah.
It's a great experience, It's obviously you want to suggest someone to have a kid at a young age, but if it does end up happening, if boy or a girl, have a baby, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's a blessing from God, and you just do what you gotta do and start putting full responsibility on your kid, and know that your life has changed. But it's a great experience. I've really said that I don't have no regrets in ever having a kid at a young age. I love that I had a kid at a young age, because it made me a different person. It made me not just care about myself, but to look out for someone else. And you know, everything I do is for them, you know, because that's, you know, that's how it's supposed to be. You know, and you create a family, and you know, you fight for each other and try to do the best you can, you know, to, you know, move on in life and watch them grow. But yeah, I'm really happy that, you know, everything has worked out, and you know, our kids, they came out, you know, 100% good, and we've never had any problems with, you know, her pregnancy. So I'm really thankful.
Yeah. Like my pregnancy with Julian, everything was good. When cause I had him early. I had I think 3 weeks early, 3 to 4 weeks early, but everything was good with him. My water didn't break. I started getting really bad contractions, and so I couldn't take the pain. And I remember telling everybody like, oh my god, I'm getting contractions. Obviously, you know, it's my first pregnancy. I don't know much. I'm just like freaking out. And then like everybody ended up coming over to our house, and then my mother-in-law was there. My mom came, my sisters came, and everything. And then like my mom, she tried to calm me down. She put me in a tub, warm water. She was just rubbing my back and everything. And then I think I had gone to the doctors before that, like I think it was the same day, because I was getting contractions, but they had sent me home, and my contractions just kept getting worse and worse. And so my mother-in-law, she gave me a tea that was supposed to like speed things up. I don't know, it was like a Mexican tea, but it actually did help, because after that, I went back, and then they told me that, okay, yeah, you're gonna end up having your baby. But everything was good. My delivery was good. The thing is, when I gave birth with my son Orlando, so I was pushing, of course. I did get the epidural because I could not withstand the pain. It was the worst pain you could ever feel. It was so horrible. I couldn't take it. They gave me the epidural, but when I was starting to push, I think, well, they cut me. And because I think I was going to be close to ripping, so they just decided to cut me. And then even with them cutting me, my son, he has a big head. And even with me pushing and them cutting me and everything, my son still wouldn't come out. And so I don't like those little, I don't know what they're called, but those little like spoon things that they put around their neck, and like forceps, I think they're called. And they take them out. I didn't like that. And so they said that they had a vacuum, and they put it on top of his head, and they sucked them out pretty much, because with me pushing and them cutting me, he still didn't come out. So they used the vacuum. And yeah, when he was little, he had like this little circle around his head. His hair wouldn't grow around there because of how hard it just like sucked him up. But yeah, he came out healthy. He was 7 pounds 14 ounces. He was, I believe, 21 inches long.
Okay.
Born July 28th of 2012. And yeah, he was just like the perfect little baby boy, and we were excited. Me not so much, like I wasn't so new to it, because I mean, obviously us girls, we mostly babysit our siblings and stuff like that. And so like I would change my little cousin's diapers, my little brother, sister, when they were little. So I mean, I was kind of, you know, familiar with stuff like that. But like for him, it was a whole new experience, something that he learns. I mean, we both learn like day by day how things are and stuff like that. And so I mean, you're not gonna know everything as a new parent. And so just together, you know, working together, being there for each other, supportive. I mean, you guys could do it. We did it. I mean, 7 years later, here we are, and we're just proud of how things have gone. And I mean, I wouldn't have changed it, honestly. Okay, guys, so that's our story of me being 16 and pregnant. If you guys liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and then please share the video, and then just show love, and just keep watching our videos. Bye.
Peace out.
Okay then.
Peace out.